Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, y'all.
Welcome to today's show.
Threw y'all off, didn't we? It is
It's
Sunday.
Sunday.
I'm here for it. It's nice outside. No rain. I can get my
Yeah. It
but
looked a little chilly. It felt a little chilly. Might have just been me.
it is you. It ain't chilly at all. It feels
It's
good.
not. It feel good. That's good. I can't wait to go outside today.
Yes, I'm about to be out here. I'm about to be
Girl, out where?
outside.
Girl, bye.
Outside. I am so excited to get out today. I
Y'all,
wasn't going
she
outside.
bluffing. She ain't going nowhere.
I wasn't going outside yesterday. It's raining outside. And y'all know if y'all got
My eye
natural
cocked like a
hair,
pistol.
everybody who got natural hair and locks, you know you cannot get your. You see this? My hair just got done. I can't get my hair wet.
Girl, it was so many people out there with shower caps and bags on their head and bonnets and
The ghetto,
plastic bags. No,
ghetto,
they was just doing it because
the
most of them had locks in their head and they didn't want to get their hair not wet, but they didn't want to get a lot of paint and powder and stuff in their hair. But a lot of people was out there with their natural hair. Some people that was like masqueraders, they had their hair just regular, like they did not care. It was nice though. I went to the parade yesterday. It was really, really nice.
Yes, I see that you went to the parade. I see that you was doing everything but the parade. Don't nobody. You
I
ain't
was
had.
outside yesterday. It felt good. It stopped raining. So, it drizzled like off and on, but it wasn't any point of heavy rain. I can honestly say that. Like it drizzled a little bit and it drizzled for maybe like 20 minutes and then it stopped. But for the most part, it did not rain. It did
Okay,
not rain. And it was really nice. Towards
okay.
the end, huh?
You said towards the end what?
Towards the end, it kind of it kept like a little steady drizzle going on for about maybe 40 minutes, but um, no, it stopped. It stopped around about 7 o'clock, like 7 o'clock. It stopped raining,
Oh,
so and it was really nice. A lot of people came out. The crowd got thicker as the rain stopped. The crowd was getting thick. People were outside. People were having a great time, and it was just so good to finally see Carnival come back in Baltimore. I was so excited about that. You
but a lot,
fussing here like you a grown man.
but a lot of people wasn't wearing masks. I ain't nobody
Some
with no.
no, a lot of people did not wear masks.
I
Some
ain't nobody with
masqueraders had
no
on
mask.
their little plastic masks, their little see-through masks. But a lot of people, no, a lot of people did not have masks on. But you're outside.
Yeah, but no, but you still walking past people with sweat and breathe and breath and everything just passing through. I can't for the life of me. I guess because I've been in healthcare so freaking long, I be stressed out. Like I still go to the store with my mask on, and people look at me like I'm crazy. Like what the hell? She ain't know. Ain't nobody give her the memo that COVID was over, but people are still dying from COVID.
COVID is not
I
over.
don't.
COVID is not over.
You
COVID is
had me real.
very well still prevalent in society today. COVID is still out here,
Look
but
at namely
we
the
don't hear a lot about it as much as we did in the beginning.
and
And
well, they said New York's is going back up. They get ready to mandate the mask law again in New York.
mm,
And it ain't even it really ain't even the middle of the summer. It's only like the second week of July. It ain't even the middle of
mm-hmm.
and the mask. Y'all have to really be mindful about certain places that y'all go. I understand, like you out at the park, everybody spread out, things like that. But when you having these social gatherings and you close and you confine, y'all got to be mindful about keeping these daggone masks on. COVID is not over. Everybody is not vaccinated because some people don't believe in getting vaccinated. So everybody is still not vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
especially kids. I know personally, me, I have not got my kids vaccinated. I ain't finna.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't survive through COVID. Let me knock on somebody wood, but I'm not getting them vaccinated. It's no need to get it's like some vaccines that like flu vaccine, for instance. They get flu vaccine on and off. When it's mandatory in school, yeah, they get the flu. But for the most part, they've been virtual for the last 3 years. For the last 3 years, they have not got the flu vaccine. For the last 3 years,
Yeah.
they have not got the flu vaccine and they have not had flu.
I've
So
never had the flu and I've never gotten a vaccine.
exactly. So you just
Thank
have to be
God.
mindful. Like I still at least had make them wear their mask when they go in the store. I'm like, everybody got their mask. wear your mask at. And people just get, it's like, I don't know if it's like a butterfly effect. Like people see other people and they start getting comfortable. Like, oh, last time I went to the store, ain't nobody really had a mask on, so I guess I'm cool. Especially the time of day that you go to the store. That's the other thing. The time of day that you go to the store. See, I go to the store very early in the morning. I go to the store about 7 o'clock as soon as they open. I'm at the store. So I don't really
Right.
see people, but I still put my mask on. But if you go to the store midday, especially Walmart, you go to somewhere like Walmart, anything after 10, anything 10 and after at Walmart, you're going to get a crowd. It don't matter what day it is. Church day, off church day, it don't matter what day it is. You're going to get a crowd. Even work day, you're going to get a crowd of people after 10 o'clock. And nobody wears their, it seems that people wear their masks when it's less people in the store, which is weird for me. At 7 o'clock, when it's only 5 of us in the store, we all wearing masks. But if I go back in there because I missed something at 10 to 30, 11 o'clock,
That's because
everybody.
a lot of people don't really want to be. Like me personally, I don't mind the mask, but if I don't have to wear them, I don't want to wear them. I don't. I can't. I don't like constricted breathing. I don't like things on my face. Like it's just me. But for me, it's just like a I hate it type thing. But I mean, if I'm not one of them people like I don't want to wear it, I don't have to. I'm not that person. But if
Right,
I don't have to wear it, I'll be like, I don't gotta wear this. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take it off. That's
right.
me personally. But because I cannot stand those masks. Oh my god, they irritate my soul. But if I
I
have to wear it, I
heard
will wear it.
yes, because I really hope at some point that we are back to normal where we don't have to wear these masks no more. But
I don't think
unfortunately,
we will ever get to
I don't
that point again.
back there. Exactly. Unfortunately, I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it's,
don't think we will ever get to that point where we have to not wear them completely.
and
I don't think there will ever be a time.
just FYI, like BlackRoses said, it's not being talked about a lot, but just FYI, because I just heard my husband David just told me the other day that somebody just died, a young girl from COVID. People are still dying from COVID, so don't let the news and media fool you because they ain't reporting on the stuff. People are still dying from COVID.
Yes, they are. People are still dying from COVID.
You know
It
what?
is real, real out here.
Uh, you know what though? Speaking of healthcare, and I know we're supposed to be talking about Carnival, but speaking of
Ooh.
healthcare, what threw me off? Because I thought this monkeypox was a hoax. I thought
Why did
this
you think monkeypox was a hoax?
I thought this monkeypox thing was a daggone. I'm like, oh Lord, COVID is up. Here they go again. Now we got to be confined again. I really thought it was a hoax until I actually read a story. Because I
Monkeypox
read,
is very real.
yes, that this came to Maryland. It's PG County and Laurel, particularly. It came to Maryland. I think they said they had 41 cases in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. 41 cases in Maryland. So where did it come from? Is this something else that somebody brought over here?
I don't know exactly where it came from. Hold on.
And then the fact that one of the things that I read which threw me off, I got to do my research on that because I didn't understand part of the article that I read. So the part of the article that I read is it was like so they tell you about the monkeypox, and then at the they tell you how you can contract the monkeypox. And part of the article that I read about how you can contract the monkeypox really, really threw me off because it was saying something about. So basically, it was saying like you can contract it through, you can contract it through direct contact, through open wounds. Okay, let me just back up. They almost made it seem like monkeypox was like AIDS or HIV. It's how they made it seem. The way that they the way that they talked about it, they almost made it seem like it was, I don't know, like it was, they was like, okay, so you can contract it through an open wound, you can contract it through direct contact, you can contract it like somebody's touching on you or anything like that. But right at the end, at the very bottom, was disturbing to me because I'm like, I got to read back into this because the way that they wrote it, it was like, or you can contract it um through sexually transmitted, you can contract it through sexually transmitted you can sexually transmittedly contracted because, especially for male on male sex. That was weird. Like, why did you particularly pull that part out? So, are you saying that monkeypox can be contracted through heterosexual sex? Because what is the difference? Because I thought the monkeypox is like, it's on your hand, like it's actually on, it's like actually like almost like a rash that's on your body, on your hands, on your legs, stuff like that, on your it's that on your hands, on your face, things like that. So I didn't understand why they particularly pulled that part out. It said especially through male to male sexual contact. But so now I'm confused even more, because is it a male thing? Are females not getting it? Like, what? How are you saying that it can be contracted by direct contact, by somebody touching you, somebody having an open womb and touching you, but you single out, particularly male on male, but females can get it? That was very confusing to me. So, does it not work that way either, or is it that it can be? Is it that the location of where the monkeypox are in the male genitals is the purpose for saying specifically or particularly male on male contact? I don't know. That was really weird. Like I said, I read that article. I said I got to do more research because I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna get back to y'all with that. But yeah, I just felt like when I read that, I thought it was a hoax, because I'm like, it just kept popping up on the Google News. So I'm thinking that it's a hoax. I'm like, okay, what are they doing? Because it's too much stuff just going on. Too much stuff just popping up. Every time you turn around, something is popping up. Oh, this disease and came out. But particularly on Google, when things pop up on my Google News, I'm looking at it like, I don't know. I got to do some more research about it when it's Google News. I got to see the regular news, but I don't really watch the regular news because, of course, it's so many things that are going on that are so just, I don't know, just heart wrenching. Just so many things that are going on are just heart wrenching right now in the news. Like, people just consistently killing people, and it's too much. So I don't really watch the news. I really don't. I should, to at least know what's going on. But if it's really something big, like if it's something political wise or something connected to finances or something that's going to affect the economy, my mother will usually send me a text message, and then I'll go in and I'll read that. But for the most part, I cannot sit there and physically watch the news every day to see what's going on, because it always starts off, it never starts off good. It always starts off with all the bad things that happen for the weekend. So 5 homicides in Baltimore City, then 2 homicides in Harford County, then 3 homicides over here in Glenburg. Like, it always starts off with all the homicides around Maryland. I can't deal with that. I don't want to hear about that. I know it exists. I know you have to be mindful. I don't want to hear about that. Get back to me when you on the weather part. When you telling me that it's sunny outside. Talk to me when you tell me it's sunny outside today. Let me know that. But I don't know. It's like, that just really threw me off. Did you hear what I said about the
About
man?
the monkeypox, yeah.
Yeah, that really threw
So
me
I
off. So
did Google it. I was Googling it while I was waiting. But okay, so it says that monkeypox. It says monkeypox spreads in different ways. The virus can spread from person to person through direct contact with infectious rash, scabs, or bodily fluids. Respiratory secretions during prolonged face-to-face contact and during intimate physical contact, such as kissing, cuddling, or sex.
but secretion, but females perform oral sex too. So why was it singled out particularly males? I'm gonna have to screenshot it and so y'all can see what I'm talking about on our next podcast. I'm gonna screenshot it so that Nate can post it, because that threw me off. It said particularly, or it said either particularly or especially male on male contact. But if you're saying that it comes from secretion, if it comes from, you know, the way that it's described that you can contract the monkeypox, wouldn't it be equal on both sides?
I mean, yeah, I don't see where it says just men, but I don't know. I mean, it should be on both sides.
That's what
It
I'm
should
thinking.
be on both sides,
That's why,
but
and
I
that's
don't know.
exactly why I said I don't really. I gotta do my research when I'm looking at Google News. You know, when you open up Google and all the news, the local news, the late breaking stuff just pops up on your Google News. So I said, I gotta do my research because this just don't sound right. It sounds like some stuff is missing, some stuff is going on. But yeah, so that's all I really wanted to get into. I just really didn't think that was a real thing. I really didn't think it was a real thing. I'm like, all right, they coming up with some old other mess to keep people in the house. They trying to control the economy. They trying to control the same thing with these abortions. They trying to control the population is what they trying to do. I feel like it's a means of trying to control the population.
Mhm.
Everything
I,
is going.
I feel like it's just a means of trying to control our lives and how we're going about our day to day. I mean, there is so much going on right now in America. Like, it's just this country is ghetto, and I want out. Like, I say it all the time, but I want out of America. Like, I want out because, like, I was just listening to this girl who was talking about right before we got on. I was on TikTok, and this girl was discussing how, if you notice, there's an increase of pollen in the atmosphere. So people who have never dealt with allergies are now dealing with allergies, and now are having these problems because they have now planted more. They call it botanical sexism, which means they are now planting more male trees than they are planting female trees because female trees produce the fruit and they produce all of the, the health, the stuff that we can get basically for free. And why would America give out free food? Why would America let us plant orange trees and pineapple trees and stuff like that in our yard? They don't want us to have free food. Why would we get free food? So with that being said, it's like, okay, now they're planting more male trees, and the male trees are the ones that populate the pollen. So that's why there is an increase in pollen in, now nationwide, and people are dealing with these allergies who've never dealt with this before. That because of the increase of the pollen in the male trees. So I was like, wow, that do kind of make sense because I ain't never dealt with no allergies. Now my eyes be itching, my nose be running. I'm just like, what the hell going on? I ain't got no damn allergies. But now I'm realizing like, oh my God, that is so true. With the increase in pollen, I feel like what the hell? I've never have had allergies and
You
never,
still,
or maybe it just lied dormant for a while and it just came about with all this shit going on. But I have never dealt with that before. Now Jalen has a really, really, really bad case of allergies. Like he has them all year round. And it's been so rampant this year. Like he has not been able to breathe. He has not been able to just, keep a clear head. He's always clogged up. He's always it's just so bad. Like this year has really been bad with his allergies so far. So, and I'm realizing like that shit kind of does make sense because what the fuck is going on? Like, why
but you
would America give out free food?
so,
Why would America allow us to have access to free food? Why? Just why would they do that?
but you still be scared to sneeze though because it's still COVID. And you don't want nobody looking
They
back at you.
still call right, and I want to right because and then
Oh
especially
man,
like if
did she?
somebody put on something that irritates me, and I'm realizing it now. Like I'll be at work and somebody will spray like something. The first thing I do, achoo, 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 and it doesn't be like two. It be like a series of like 8 to 10 sneezes, and I'm like, oh my fucking god! Like when is it gonna stop? And then it'll stop for like 5 minutes, and then I'm right back at achoo, achoo. Like what the hell? Like I'll be like, I know it's somebody in here. It's just so crazy. Like I'm dealing with this. I have never dealt with this before. Never dealt with this before. But I'm realizing, like, yeah, this country is ghetto, and I want out. Like I want out. Canada, anywhere. I will go anywhere but America. Like I want out of America.
That's what
And it's
David.
like
David said
it's
Canada.
yeah, Canada somewhere. Anywhere. I want out of America.
That is crazy.
I want out.
That is.
I'm done.
It is a lot. It is a whole lot going. Every time you turn around, it is something going on. with
It is something going on. It is something happening in this government. It is something happening in this
like
world.
somebody said, do
Like,
you just sit there? Do you really just sit there and think about, all right, I'm asleep. This is bothering me. Let me get up and think about what I can do to tear some stuff up in America to just make some controversy.
just
Let me
let me just make some noise. Let me shake the room real quick.
just
America is,
make it
we can never
like
have a day where everything is just copacetic and we're good. There's always problems. And my biggest thing is, this is what I don't like about people, especially Americans. Everybody got a fucking opinion about something that just has nothing to do with them. Like, oh, you could just go on to like a Instagram post, even a Facebook post. You can go on to social media, and everybody is out there just, I want to say what I this is my opinion. Like, I was watching a video of a girl who was nesting, so to speak. She's a first time mom, and she was, saying how she was getting ready for baby or whatever. She was in her last trimester. She was getting down to the wire. I think she was like due in a couple weeks. So she was washing her hair, she was cleaning her house, and she was washing bottles, and she was doing this, and she was doing that. And people were like, this must be your first baby. It doesn't require all of that. But this, and in one part of the video, she was climbing up a ladder, or on the ladder actually, doing some work in her garage. And people were like, oh
what
no, you better get down off of that ladder. Why
if
are
you
you on that ladder? Why are you
what
doing this? Like, what the hell?
well, if you've ever been pregnant,
You,
if you've ever been pregnant and you had a baby, no, I'm just saying in general for people who had something to say. If you've ever been pregnant and you ever got to that point, the doctors will tell you themselves, and it's in all the books. When you get to that point where you can pretty much tell when you get ready to have that baby. It's called, you start nesting the house. You start doing
mm-hmm.
and stuff. Like, I've done that with all my kids. I could tell when I'm getting ready to deliver, because you just gotta clean. You gotta straighten up everything. It's like your body is telling
That's
you
what people were like.
you're
People were like, this
ready.
time must be her first baby. After her third one, she ain't gonna be wanting to do all that. She just don't care.
No,
One
it's
lady, she was
something.
drinking okra water, talking about okra water will help the baby slide out better. Like, bitch, who
Oh,
told you that?
oh no, no, no. I don't know about
I
that.
don't know who told her that. Like, okra water. I'm drinking my okra water because it'll help the baby slide out better.
But what?
I've
But
never heard that
okay,
shit before.
but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that people forget about social media. It's freedom of speech. That's
It
why I
is.
don't. If I go past someone's post, of course, I try not to keep these people on my Facebook after that. If you're on my Facebook and you're talking about something racist or negative, and I, as an African American, I see that you've posted something against me, yeah, you got to go off my Facebook. You got to go off my social media. But if I'm going across like TikTok, or if I'm scrolling through, like the videos that they have, the reels and stuff, and I see that somebody says something, guess what? The same way you look at videos and you see video like, this is boring, I don't want to watch this. Take your
Mm-hmm.
next video. It is freedom of speech. It doesn't need a response because somebody says something, unless you feel some type of way about what was,
Unless.
you personally feel affected, like you just said, the girl that was doing all the stuff. So you got some guilty conscience because I do all that when I was pregnant. So they the ones that got to say something, because now they like, oh, she thinks she good. She thinks she too good. Oh, she too bougie for me having this baby. But it's freedom of speech. The girl was probably happy. It might have been her first pregnancy, so she was excited. She wanted to share it with the world. Why is it your opinion to say what you want, what you need to say? You could have just scrolled up. I don't like this post. Let me scroll up. But I bet they sat there and they watched that whole daggone post that she made before they said what they had to say.
Mm-hmm.
You could have just
Mm-hmm.
scrolled up to the next one. You could have just scrolled up to the next one.
You could have
Or
just kept on going.
if you follow the person on, if the girl was on TikTok, you follow the girl on TikTok, unfollow her if you don't want to see her story. It's her
That's what
TikTok.
I'm saying. People be acting like it's so hard. That is so hard.
Because people want to be, some people are just cruel in their heart. Some people are just cruel in that way. Their life is dysfunctional, so they want to put somebody
Yes.
else,
Oh my
want to
God.
make
Yes.
somebody else
Yes.
feel like they feel like they know their life is dysfunctional and their life is just nothing. So they want to bring somebody else into that negative space. That's all it is. What do they call? They're called trolls. That's what they want you to do. They want to bring you into that negative space with them because their life is trash. So they want to bring somebody else to sit there with them, to sit there and be miserable with them. You gonna sit here and be miserable
What I
with.
don't understand is the people who be behind the computers and just be like, you are such an internet gangster, and it pisses me off because it was like,
I
you
don't do.
know goddamn well in real life
I
you
don't do
would not have that fucking
angry.
energy.
I
You
can't reach
know
out.
damn well in real life that energy would not even be the way that
That's
it is right now.
that's
So
exactly why.
all that you doing, you need to pipe down, baby. Pipe
That's
down.
exactly why I prefer to scroll past rather than to state my opinion. Because once we
And most times
going,
I don't say my opinion. I just look for a comment that was like, okay, I want to make sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. So if I'm on something and I'm like, I kind of feel a little bit of way about that,
oh,
I'll read the comments to be like, yep, see, I know 2 or 3 people agree,
oh,
so I'm good.
right,
You know.
because then you ready to fight, and I ain't gonna sit there and keep you, and I can't reach out and touch you. The way we was raised, we gonna see these hands. You get these hands.
Mm-hmm.
I can't reach out and touch you. I'm not even gonna start the fight. I'm not even gonna get the fight started because you're talking and you come on. Just come on outside. Come outside by Ann. Come outside by Ann. You know I'm not going to. But anyways, back to the peacefulness. Carnival, I would say I love Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into Carnival. Like, I'm not like a diehard Carnival fan like you and Janine and y'all. Oh, I'm not like a diehard. Like, follow Carnival everywhere it goes. I'm good again. But when it comes, if I go, I really have a great time. It's unlike any other festival because
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you one thing for sure, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I have never heard since I've started going to Carnival a time where they like niggas started shooting.
Right.
Never have you heard Carnival somebody niggas started shooting.
Right.
Never have you heard
It's
that.
always love. It's the vibe. It's the peace that you get.
Who
It's
can be
it's so serene. Like
who can be
I
mad at
love
Carnival
it.
music? What can you be mad about? It's Caribbean music. What can you
It's
be mad
the
about?
food. It's the
Nobody.
vibes. It's the women gyrating and twerking. The men with their sexy bodies. It's everything, y'all. Like you cannot be like you cannot. There's no way you could be at Carnival and have an evil mind or evil spirit. And I know people do that, but it's just the vibe that you get. You should just be there for love and everything. Like I love, 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 love,
Oh,
love Carnival.
I
I
can
love
even
it. I
say,
found my
and
people.
what's weird, and what's weird is that I can even say Carnival is more peaceful than Pride. You got the
Mm-hmm.
couples fighting at the end of the day because Shaquan and looked at Keisha, so they ready to fight. Cause why you looked at her, girl? I was just looking. I thought we came out here together to look. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's even more peaceful than Pride, and Pride is supposed to be
Yeah.
time too. Pride is supposed to be all about peace and love too. And it's supposed to be about equality. Things like that is what Pride is supposed to be about. But you always end up seeing all these girls fighting each other because the Exton came around with the new girlfriend, and now she mad even though she got a girlfriend right there. Johnny came down there
Yeah.
with Terrell, and then he seen Terrell standing up there with Joe that they both used to grow up with, and it's a big old thing. So now everybody got to fight. Everybody
Now
got to fight.
everybody got to
Because
fight.
Joe ended up dating Terrell back in the day before Larry started dating. It's like it's a
I
triangle.
love Carnival though. Like Carnival is just like it's the vibe, like
And
the music.
the food,
Oh, the
oh,
food is amazing. Like the food, it's the accents, it's the seeing the different people from the different countries come together. It's it's all of that for me. It's
I can
all of that
say
for me.
I can say the last time that we went to Carnival and everybody else was tired. I can say the last time we went to Carnival after
No,
we
it
walked
do drain you.
on the road and everybody else got tired and me and Crystal, even though even though BlackRoses was drunk out of her mind, and I was like, "You good? You gonna still?" We went to the
We were all
concert
drunk out of our
after
mind.
we went to the concert after the road. We went to the concert. Remember we went to the concert and they was throwing
Mm-hmm.
down that. Now, if they did that at any other festival, they'd have been throwing water. Everybody been out there fighting like, you threw that bitch threw water on me. That pop, 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 threw water on me. That man sat there and said, hold your water bottles up and go. And they was throwing water back and forth. And I'm like, woo, this just feels good. Like it was
It
no
feels liberating. It feels just amazing.
good.
I tell people, I'm thankful for the friends that introduced me to this. It's always been something that I love because I tell people, even before I got introduced to Carnival and being into it and going to these different events, I feel like in my past life, I was like of Caribbean, Mexican descent, some type of Spanish descent, because I love the culture. Like, I just love it. Like, I'm in tune with my blackness, don't get me wrong. But deep down, I feel like in my past life, I
Everybody,
was like a Caribbean
you might
Spanish
have
chick,
some.
you know.
You might have
I know that my roots do date back to like I know that some of my roots are like date back to like Cameroon, but I don't know like much about it. I would have to do a ancestry DNA, but I feel like in my past life this I was of this person because it's like
and
when I'm in those cultures, I feel like I belong here. These are my people. Not saying that I don't feel like that when I'm with my black folk, because
welcome.
I cut up with my black people too. But in my past life, I feel like that's where I was. Like that was me. I was maybe of some type of Trinidad, maybe Jamaican descent, and mixed with a little bit of Espanol.
It makes you feel so welcome. It's
It
because
makes you feel so
it,
welcome. Yeah, it
it
does. It
gives
does.
welcoming vibes. It's like, what
Yeah.
else you do? Can you possibly be angry? And it's funny because when I was younger, people used to always ask me that. People used to always say, "Are you Jamaican? Are you Jamaican?" I used to get so angry, like, "No, I don't Jamaican. Why would you call me that?" Li- listen, I love everything about it. The food is freaking awesome. The drinks, some people
The
can't.
food, the drinks, the everything.
The drinks are so awesome. It's just a nice time. It's a nice vibe. Nobody's out there like you stepped on my feet. It's just like, oh, you good? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, excuse.
Hmm.
It's all pleasantry. Like it's just nice.
Yeah, it's
So
nice. It's really nice.
with that being said, I know y'all saw BlackRoses yesterday doing Carnival. Well, she tried to do something, but I'm gonna make this thing lit this today. It's gonna be lit today. Y'all what Carnival is about. So basically, what we're gonna do, yeah, we threw y'all off by the show today, but basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go live again today at Carnival, and we're gonna give you for you guys who cannot come out, who are stuck in a house, who don't believe us about this carnival effect, we gonna give y'all a little bit of the carnival vibe. We gonna make you feel like you're there, even though you're not there.
Man, that band that we were supposed to be a part of was lit.
Did you see
That
it?
band, yes. That's
Oh,
oh man, the band that we were supposed to be a part of, that motherfucker was lit.
I
It
told you.
was lit. I saw Mr. Jackie yesterday in his costumes. He had a wonderful, wonderful presentation.
What colors did he
His
have?
band, he had like he had black and yellow or black and gold. He did like a red and gold. One lady had was like an oriental type theme.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, it was really, really amazing. It was so pretty. He did black and white. He did the gold and red, and he did the black and gold.
But
Oh, it was really pretty. They were really pretty.
another thing about Carnival that I noticed when you were out there recording yesterday. What other festival do you go to in Baltimore City where you can openly walk around with alcohol and not get fined and not have the police all in
Um,
your
pretty
what
much all of them. Pretty
are
much all of them.
really?
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
didn't know
Pretty
that.
much all of them. Yeah, pretty much all of them.
I know
But
I
there is not a lot of people like you can do it at the gay pride parade.
so it's
There's not too many parades in Baltimore. Like I mean, you know, we have like we have what? We have the St. Patrick's Day parade, but that'd be cold. Most people don't come out to that. You have the Christmas parade. Once again, it's cold. Nobody comes out to that. I'm trying to think what actual parades do we have that in the summertime other than Gay Pride and Carnival? Ooh, I don't think there's any. I think that's about it. But you have other little small parades here and there, like the Preakness be having a little parade
Yeah.
sometimes. But most of the festivals, yeah, girl, like the Afram, you can walk around the Afram with your liquor container out. They're not gonna say nothing. Yeah, Afram, Gay Pride, all of these festivals, girl, yes. People be outside with their liquor, selling their liquor, drinking their liquor,
with that booty
and
cheek.
with their butt out. At Gay Pride with their butt out, you know. It was really nice. Even the police officers yesterday was really nice. They had a really nice vibe. Oh my God, the police officers were amazing. And I was just smitten by one officer. Girl, this man looked like he was sent from the gods himself.
Did he have
Woo,
on off?
yeah.
Did he have on a
I
uniform?
videotaped him a little bit because he was like, yeah,
Did he have on
he
a
was
uniform?
handsome. He had on his police uniform. He was out there patrolling the streets. It was really nice though.
And you
I
decided,
wish they would have had the water truck, but of course it was raining, so they didn't do the water truck. But it was so nice. It was really nice. The parade was amazing. I loved everything about it. I loved everything about it.
okay.
I loved
So
everything about it.
days, because I usually only go one day.
Me
Um,
too. I usually only go on Saturday,
one
but
day.
today is just like the same without the parade though. Still the music, still the food, still the same vibe, just no parade.
Okay.
Even though I feel like they should start making it a 2 day, because one of the guys that was emceeing on the truck, he was like, yeah, you know, Baltimore need to start making this a 2 day thing, like a 2 day parade. Like the parade need to be 2 days because it be so many people that want to participate and it be so freaking lit. Like, man, that would be something great if they could do a 2 day parade. That
Probably
would really be nice.
probably because I'm thinking it's because um the how how much of the street they have to actually block off.
That makes sense.
I feel like that's what it is. It's inconvenient, but no, that shouldn't even matter because when they have them daggone bicycle things, they inconvenience and they have them for 2 daggone days. Them daggone
Mhm.
and they be blocking off some of the main streets that people need to go down on a regular, like in order to get to another street. So I don't understand why they don't allow the streets to be blocked. I mean, because it's really, I mean, it is, but it's not because they start where at city. They
What
start.
place? What you talking?
Where do we start at? Where with the big thing, the big school or something on top of the hill? Where do we start at with the parade?
What?
Where
What
you meet?
parade?
Where you
Oh, at
meet?
Carnival. They start at the Y. They start at the Y on 33rd.
So that's not that far. That's really not that far to
I don't
block.
really feel like it's. I feel like it's not that far of a walk neither. Because when you think about where it used to be, because it used to be on Park
Uh,
Heights. So if you think about from Park Heights and Belvedere, where it used to start at all the way to the park, that's a bop. They
Nick,
charge a big fee for that, and they are black. Duh, that's
yeah.
right. You know, that's a bop. When you think about how they used to go all the way from Park Heights and Belvedere all the way to Drew Hill Park, that's really a bop. And so now it's just the parade route is shorter, which is from the Y on 33rd and all the way to Lake Clifton. I mean, to me, it's a shorter distance, but it's I don't know why they stopped it from being up Drew Hill. That was a question that I've always wanted to know, like what was the problem with that, but um. So it goes from the Y on
I
33rd all
always
the
thought
way to
that.
down to Alameda down to
I always
Lake
thought
Clifton.
that way it was. I didn't know that it was in Drew Hill. I always thought it was at Lake Clifton. I always
No,
thought.
it used to be in Drew Hill a long, long time ago. When I first moved here, it used to go to Drew Hill. They used to come all the way down Park Heights, and go to Drew Hill. That's when I first moved here.
I thought the Stone Soul Picnic was Drew
That
Hill
used
and
to be there too. Yep,
oh,
same
Flint.
thing. Yep, Stone Soul Picnic used to be always in Drew Hill Park as well. And
That
they
is,
replaced that with the
I wonder why they
airframe.
stopped, why they moved a lot of stuff
Yeah,
out of
I
Drew Hill. They
yeah.
moved a lot of stuff out of Drew Hill Park. That's really
Yeah,
interesting.
they moved up. The airplane was in Drew Hill Park this year. But most of the stuff that they moved out of Drew Hill Park. I know they still do Pride on Sundays in Drew Hill Park. Um, but even with Pride, like they move Pride around so much. One year it's in one location, and next year it's in another location, and it's just crazy. Carnival and so used to be at the same time for a few times. Yeah, yeah. I know it used to be like Carnival, and then the week after would be the so picnic or something like that. I remember that very well as well.
Mm-hmm.
So picnic used to be lit though. I mean, Ashram be lit too. It's just a different name. It's the same event, just a different name. Same
Maybe
event, different name.
maybe it's the cost of all the events.
Maybe so. Maybe.
So they cut down on how many events. Cause I don't understand. So I never understood what was the Stone Soul Picnic. What was it really about? Like I
It's
went.
kind of like how the A-frame is, like about just celebrating Black culture,
That's true.
just celebrating Black culture. Yeah.
Well, why did they stop it? I mean, what did they literally just up and stopped?
For a while it stopped, and then they turned it into the A-frame. Like then it came the African American Festival, whatever it stands for.
So it's
Yeah.
now so the soul.
Oh, so was mostly 92Q, and A-frame was the city. Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay. So now it's just one big thing. Like now it's
yeah,
just the
so they
A-frame.
basically combined it because it looked like this 92Q was like really advertising airframe. So what they just combined it into one, so they both.
I wanna say yeah. I wanna say yeah, but I don't know. I'm sure 92Q was just probably like a sponsor or maybe media coverage.
Okay.
But it was nice. I liked it. I like going to little festivals. I love the Air Slam. I love Carnival. I love Pride. I love parades. Period. I'm a parade person. I love because I come from a small town, and that's really all we had. Like that's really all we had in our small town was homecoming parade. So when I moved to Baltimore, and I'm like, y'all don't have a homecoming parade, and it's like, think about all these schools in the city, how they would be able to pull off a homecoming parade. It was just a highlight of my life as a young girl growing up in a small town. Like if you look at those small town those small town movies where it's like Friday Night Lights, like that's really how. Shut up, talking about AKA hot ass. That's really how I grew up. I grew up going to football games, and we had pep rallies every Friday, and we had homecoming parades, and we did it was the work. We had the bands and the it was that's really how my life was growing up. Like it was really that. Like we couldn't wait for Fridays, and then I can remember we used to when we was in elementary and middle school, and I did just a little bit of my high school in Mississippi. But I can remember they used to come around and they used to sell these ribbons, and it would be like the Bulldogs are gonna stump the Pirates, or stuff like that. And it was so cute because we would they would do like the little you would buy like the little ribbons. They'd be like $5, and everybody would have a ribbon, and it'd be have a little different thing for whoever we were playing that week. It was amazing. You could buy them from like the cheerleaders. It was just like growing up like in Mississippi, it was like a country town, but it was still so lit. Like my life and the Friday nights and the Saturdays just going outside and hanging out, like it was really that big. Morgan do it big for their homecoming. Like, what you mean like? Shut up, mate. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It was really a different era for me back then. Like to come to Baltimore, I'm like, y'all don't do that here. Like it's a whole different vibe, a whole different atmosphere. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, most southern towns though, it's still like that though. Because when we lived in
Oh
North
yeah,
Carolina
it's still like
first
that.
time,
Yeah,
I couldn't wait for all the parades and the tractor festival, the apple festival, the peach
yeah.
festival, the blueberry festival. Girl, I live for them festivals. I love everything about the country. I am so. At first, I was like, I don't want to move back down
Oh yeah,
south.
the city poly game. Yeah.
I am excited to move back down south right now. I have my heart set on these festivals. I want to
Oh yeah,
see.
the Army versus Navy games. Yeah.
I want to see and be a part of all these festivals. I want to see and be a part of all these festivals. I can't wait
Oh
to
yeah.
see the little Christmas parade that they have come through the little small town on Main Street. I
Yeah, the
cannot.
Army Navy game be big. Yeah, I mean there is a lot of big games here, but it's just like when you in a small town and everybody know everybody, it feels a little bit more
It is
homey, a little bit
homely.
more comforting. You know, it feels a little bit
It
more like
is.
warming to your heart. Versus you like, oh shit, y'all, we gotta go to this fucking city poly game and look around and make sure ain't nobody trying to shoot. Like, you know, we gotta go to this damn Morgan homecoming, motherfuckers gonna be acting crazy. You know, that versus when you're in a small town, everybody knows everybody. It's so comfortable, it's so warming. Like you get that warm, good feeling in your heart. Like it ain't your guard is completely to be vulnerable and have your guard completely let down. To know that without a shadow of a doubt, nothing is gonna go crazy. Nobody's really gonna be doing anything like really retarded.
You
Then
bring your
it
little,
feels good.
you bring your little chairs out there, your little folding chairs.
Nate, I cannot stand you.
You bring your little folding chairs and
You
sit
bring your
out there.
folding chair, you sit in the middle of the street. Like, y'all have never brought your folding chairs and sat in the middle of a street and watched the parade. Like, that is something so warming about that. Like,
It,
oh my
it
goodness.
is. And it don't. And then when you down south, it don't be too cold. So you
It
really
don't be too cold, yeah.
even Christmas, you might like even a Christmas parade. It's warm enough where you can actually sit out there and be comfortable.
Mhm.
You put on a little hood
Yeah.
and you can sit out there and actually be comfortable. I can, girl. I'm so
Mhm.
excited. I really can't wait to move down south. I don't
Not
know.
y'all are truly from the country. I am truly from the
I'm
backwoods
not.
of Mississippi.
That's what I was
Like,
getting ready to say,
baby,
Nate. I am
one
not.
gas station, one
I'm not from the
supermarket.
country. I'm not from the country, but I feel like you said BlackRoses. Like I feel like in my past, like I used to be like I was like Caribbean, like I had tropical. Like in my past, like I feel like I was a country girl in my past life because I love everything about living in an old country small
Mm-hmm.
town. I like the little cute little piggly wiggly. I like the little stuff like that. I like the little
The
festivals.
little Winn Dixies, the little, the stores nobody really know anything about. Like, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Oh, I am just, and it seemed like when you raise your kids in an environment like that, they grow up different. They grow up with a, what did he say? The D. What is he talking about? The D.
Hmm?
He said the D. Something about the D.
No! Nate, bye. Go home.
He said go home. It's just something about like, and then when you like I said, when you raise your kids in a small town like that, they grow up so different. They grow up, you know, with a different like point of view of life.
Mm-hmm.
They be more modest. They grow up a little bit more modest. Even though your son wasn't raised, as much as you went to Mississippi, he still got a little bit of down south in him. So they really get, you know, two different sides because like when I moved to North Carolina, because I'm from Baltimore, I'm straight up city girl. I'm straight up Baltimore, Baltimore girl. Like, what you say? You speaking to me? I don't know you. What you speaking to me for? Like, it took me a while to get used to just sitting on your front porch and somebody honking the horn. just because they speaking to you. It took me a while to get to that point because I be sitting on my porch, girl, and that's somebody honk the horn to somebody speak to me. I got my Baltimore attitude. I'm like, you don't know me. What you speaking to me for? You don't know me. Why you? Who's that beeping the horn? Y'all know him. Where the gun? Get the gun. Because we don't know that person. He might come back. But once I really started,
Not you lost your Baltimore call with all that country talk.
Dude, I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. You can't tell me nothing about if I had my choice, whether I had to stay up north or I had to stay down south, I'm going down south. I'm sorry,
You
y'all.
can
I'm
have it.
straight.
Mm-mm.
I'm
You
going
can
down
have
south.
it.
It's peaceful. It's peaceful. I like see, and you like action. You like to be where everything is. I'm not. I'm like I like to be where I hear birds, where everything peaceful, where you don't hear no noise, where I can pick and choose if I want to drive into town and see what's going on, or I can choose whether I want to stay out of town in the country and sit on my back porch and chill for the rest of the day. That's what I like. That's right, into town. You got to drive into town.
See, that's the struggle for me. I can't even imagine having to drive 20 minutes away just to go to the damn grocery store.
That's what I gotta say.
I
Where all
can't.
the stores at in the town, where all the stores at. And it's funny because that's how people say it too. When you lived there, when I lived in North Carolina, people be like, "You going into town today? What? Wait, what?" You gotta make sure you gotta find that one person that's gonna make that one trip. I'm gonna catch a ride with you. You going into town today? Because I'm not going back. And you gotta try to pick up everything off that one little trip. Because it takes 20 minutes to get into town just to all the stores. You gotta try to pick up everything. You gotta go to Family Dollar, you gotta go to Dollar General, you gotta go to Piggly Wiggly, you gotta go to the Walmart. You gotta try to pick up everything in that one trip because ain't nobody going back into town. Ain't nobody gonna keep riding back and forth into town. What you say? Ain't my life unless I have a butler. I cannot. I cannot with him. He said unless I have a butler. I told David the other day.
Listen, I can't. I'm good.
I want to go. That's what David the other day. I think I'm real country. I want to go. I want when we move to South Carolina, y'all. I want to go. Now I'm gonna have to get back on the podcast and let y'all show y'all if I got a goat or not. Because when I said I wanted a goat, Jay Foreigner said he gonna eat my goat because where he from in the islands they eat goat. So I might not get my goat. David said you might come outside and the goat is missing. Jay talking about you ain't enjoyed the meal I cooked for you. I said
No,
you cook my
I don't
goat.
eat no damn goat. I don't eat no goat. I cannot eat little.
And
I
I
don't eat
want a
small
goat.
animals like that. Like I can eat a chicken, but when it comes to little animals, like little cute animals, let me say cute. I can't eat
Yeah.
cute animals. Like I can't eat goat. I can't eat lamb. I can't eat duck. I can't eat stuff like that. I
I
can't.
want a goat. I want a cute little goat. I actually want a farm. I actually
I
want a
used
farm.
to. I wouldn't say I lived on a farm, but we did have pigs and chickens when I grew up. And it's kind of weird to hear
I
me
don't like
say that.
fresh.
I used to have to feed the chickens, and we used to have to go get their eggs, and
I don't
we
like
used
fresh.
to have to feed the pigs. I've slaughtered a pig. I've seen a pig slaughtered. I've
I don't
literally
like
seen, that's why I don't eat chitlins to this day because I've literally seen my family cut open a pig, get the intestines, having to clean out the intestines, and then having to cook them all at the age of 8. Like
I
I've
ain't
literally
never seen that,
done
so
this
I'm still
before.
eat my chitlins. I ain't never seen that, so I'm still eat my chitlins. I'm my chitlins.
Hey, listen. And to this day, I'm still gonna eat my bacon. To this day, I'm still gonna eat my pork chop. I'm
My
still gonna eat my ham.
my
But
chip
I've literally seen it. I've literally had to do these things.
my
And
chitlins with some collard greens and some macaroni and cheese and a little cornbread. Oh, I'm gonna eat them chitlins. You put a little hot sauce, a little vinegar.
even deer, I don't eat deer. I don't eat deer, but I've literally had to clean the deer.
Deer is good.
Help clean the deer. I don't eat that. I don't eat that.
I
Mm-mm.
can eat
I
deer.
don't eat that kind of stuff.
That's
I
as
don't
far.
eat deer. I don't eat possum. I don't eat
I
none of
won't
that
eat possum.
squirrel shit.
I don't
I
eat
don't eat
possum.
rabbit.
Lady
I
came
don't
and
do frogs. I don't do anything. I'm
this
just a regular smuggler. Chicken, fish, pig, cow. That's
This
it.
lady came in my job when I was living down in North Carolina one day and tried to sit up there and have a conversation with me about how she was excited because she found a squirrel and she was getting ready to make some squirrel stew. And she was trying to tell me the ingredients. I'm like, girl, if you don't go in with this conversation, I don't know what you're telling me these ingredients for.
That's
I'm
some real
not going to agree.
country shit. Like my cousins, we don't eat at their house. Like we all have that one family house that we don't eat at because you don't know what you're going to be eating. We don't eat at their house. We don't. If they're having something, oh, okay, I'll eat before I come. We don't eat at their house because they fuck around and have you eating possum,
Do they tell you
armadillo.
they cook though, or they just have you
I
eat?
mean, we'd be like, what's this? Oh, that's some possum we found in the backyard. Yeah.
Nope,
Nope, can't do it.
like that.
We all have. I can collectively get my cousins and my aunts and my uncles together and say, "Who's that one person house that we will not eat at?" And they will all say one name.
Don't do me like
and
that.
we're like, and if we say why, because you don't know what the fuck you're gonna be eating.
Don't do me.
You really don't know.
Tell me what you cook. Don't do me like that. Tell me what you cook.
And she literally, like, her and her son, they go out and they go deer hunting and they kill possums and they kill this shit. They kill these things and they bring it back and they cook it and they eat it. And
so they make possum stew.
They make possum whatever. They eat whatever. I am not eating that shit, but yeah, they eat all of it.
I don't like fresh. When we used to stay at my grandfather's house in Eastern Shore in Virginia during the summertime, my grandmother, one thing she would cook was she would get fresh chicken eggs. I don't like fresh chicken eggs.
I love fresh chicken eggs.
I don't like fresh chicken. They got a different
flavor. But it's the same
thing. They taste different. They taste different.
How? It still comes from the chicken, kid.
They taste different.
I don't know the difference. I've been eating it all my life. I don't really know the difference.
They taste different. I don't like
taste the same.
No, they don't.
Fresh chicken eggs and eggs from the store is literally the same fucking thing.
They taste.
It is literally the same thing.
It's a different taste. I didn't like it.
Oh my god, you're weird.
I didn't like it.
You're weird. Like, it's the same thing.
I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. She made it
I love me some fresh eggs. It is nothing like getting pecked by a fucking chicken because you trying to pick up motherfucking eggs.
Getting pecked? Oh hell no! I ain't say all that.
You know they peck you when you go to
I'm back on their side. I'm back on their side. No farm animals except for my goat. I'm back on their side because I'm not getting pecked by no chicken.
It was embarrassing because, you know, in my town, I told you we live in a small town where there's literally no public transportation, and so we had to.
Do they have Uber now? At least, or they still don't have Uber?
Definitely, probably not in my small town. No, not in my hometown. No. Maybe in what they call the major city, which is not really that major. They might have Uber, I think.
So you mean
but in my town where I'm from, you know, we had to catch the yellow bus to school. So it used to be embarrassing when we pulled up and the freaking chickens was in the yard, because you gotta think this was like the 90s. So nobody, unless you lived on like a farm, nobody at their regular schmegular house had chickens in the 90s. Nobody really had that. And it was like, for us to be pulling up to our yard, getting off the bus, and the chickens was just running rampant in the yard. Like, that shit was embarrassing. Shit was embarrassing.
But if everybody got the same thing going on,
but everybody did. But it was different because, like, you gotta think about it. In the 90s, it wasn't really like farmland. Like, it was just like, okay, unless you lived on a farm, then that would be expected. But we didn't live on a farm. We were just like your regular schmegular dagular neighbor who had a fucking chicken coop and a fucking pig pen in our backyard.
Y'all had a pig pen too?
Yeah, I said we had pigs and chickens. Only thing we didn't have was cows and goats, baby. We had pigs and chickens.
I might can do a goat. I can do a goat. I might can do a cow, but I can't do no pig. Pigs smell so.
We had pigs and chickens, and we used to have to, when we finished, we had something called a slot bucket. So we would take the food and rake it in the slot bucket and go give it to the pigs. So
like on Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, like on Charlotte's Web. We had a slot bucket. We would have to rake the food, whatever food we didn't eat, we would rake it in the slot bucket and take it out to the pigs and let the pigs eat it.
That is
Yep.
funny. Now you
Yep.
about to get a little pig. I get a little baby pig. Pigs can do that, but when that pig get older, you gotta go because pigs stink. I get a little baby
And
pig running,
yeah,
a little tiny
we
baby
used
pig.
to have to do that like on Charlotte's Web, all that cleaning
That's
up after
cute.
it was so weird.
Until they get big and funky,
Mhm.
and I don't want that
Until they
pig.
get big, and then once they get big, we would
Nope. See,
kill
you
them and
all
eat them.
talking about the wrong thing. I get my pig away. Once my pig get to a decent size, to the point where you gotta go ahead and give them away to eat them. Yeah, I'm gonna give them to somebody else. I can't go out and then kill a daggone pig. I done raised that pig like a pet. I done raised a pig like
Mhm.
a pet. I can't kill a pig. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm kind of torn in between because I when we moved to South Carolina, I want a goat. But when we moved to Florida, when we end up moving to Florida after next year, we're looking into buying a house and building in Florida. So once we get to Florida, I want an iguana. So it's like I can't carry my goat though because who has goats in Florida? Well, the part of Florida that I'm moving, that where my mother live at, nobody got no goats and farm animals. And I want my
Yeah,
iguana.
nobody has any goats or farm animals.
I want to live like I'm from Florida when I'm in Florida. I want an iguana.
Baby, you don't have to get one. They're gonna fall out the tree. You can just go
I
pick one up out the tree.
I want the big iguana. I don't know why. I just want the big iguana. I just want to be live like a Florida. How do you say that? Florida, and it's the way you say that.
Mm,
Florida Radian. I think.
Florida.
I think it's Florida Radian. I think that's what it is. But yeah, yo. So yeah, I'm excited today. I'm excited to get out here. And I know BlackRoses is going to frown her face up. But I'm excited to get out here in these streets today, y'all. I am ready to go and celebrate this carnival. I'm ready to go get into the excitement because even though I'm not really in the carnival, I have kind of missed at least being able to say whether I want to go or not. God, at least give me the option to say I want to go. Don't just say, oh,
Right,
shut down this.
right.
But so, yeah, I'm really a little excited. I was just telling David that day, I am a homebody. I really don't like to go too many places. I'd rather sit in the house and watch TV, drink, and just relax. I would rather sit in the house, but it's crazy because I work from home, so I don't know why I want to sit in the house so much. I work from home, but
Yeah, that would bother me. That would
I'd rather
blow
sit
me
in the
like
house. If I had my
tremendously.
choice, I would sit in the house. If I had my choice, do you want to go here? Do you want to sit in the house, relax, and drink? I'm always say sit in the house, relax, turn on, binge watch movies. That's gonna be my choice. I just don't
Mm.
like to go out, but when you got kids and stuff like that, or just on your own, just going out on your own. What I realized is that because I tried it for a while, after Randy passed away, you remember I wouldn't go nowhere. I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I wouldn't even celebrate my birthday. I wouldn't go nowhere. But I realized that it's unhealthy. You have to
Yes.
get out. You have to interact. It's really unhealthy. It really takes you to a dark place. So you don't have to go out and spend $1 million. You don't have to go to Italy, but you have to make some time for yourself. At least,
Mhm.
least once or twice. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Otherwise, you're gonna drive yourself mad.
Cause
That is true.
I be sitting in my I be sitting in the house during the day. And at first I like working from home, but now I done got so like I've been doing it for so long now, and I'm just be looking at them four walls like I got to get out of here. I'm about to work outside today. I'm about to take my computer, my laptop. I'm about to sit outside and work. I do not want to sit in these four walls and be looking at these four walls all day. Out.
Most of the time when I go out, I like to do things. I like to be out in the element. I like to be outside. I like to see people smiling. I like to see people having a good time, enjoying life. A lot of people are like, why are you always, outside? Because that's where I want to be. I want to be outside. I want to be with the people. I don't want to be in the house all day. Like yesterday, I was like, oh my god, I wanted to start raining. The moment I heard it was like not raining no more, I put my clothes on so fast and ran out that door. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Like I can't be stuck in a house.
She come calling me. See, and I don't understand. And y'all, it's crazy because we tell y'all all the time we best friends, and it's crazy because when she moved up here, I started out as the outside person. I had her outside all the time. Where we going? Where we going today? I can't stay still. What we doing today? What we doing tomorrow? What we doing tonight? What we doing in 5 minutes? I can't stay still. She lived down the street from my grandmother's house, and we would take breaks. We would take intermittents. We would go in the house for about an hour. All right, I'm about to come back out. Come outside for a couple hours, go back in. All right, I'm gonna go on back in the
I
house.
swear to God, if there was a shortcut through that cemetery. If I wasn't so scared, I would have to walk through that cemetery to get to your grandmother's house so fast. I would have done that before. But it was just like I was scared to walk through that damn cemetery. So it was like I used to have to walk all the way down Moravian Road, up Bel Air Road, all the way down Parkside just to get to your grandmother's house. But I'm telling you, if they had a shortcut, it was a shortcut through that cemetery. All I had to do was just take it. Because that would have been an easier walk. It would have been a 5-minute walk instead of a 20-minute walk. Definitely would have kept my time down by 15 minutes.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what just made me just change all of a sudden, because I was just like Black Rose. I always wanted to be outside. I always wanted to be into something, doing something. And I just like changed. Like, it's not that I want to be in the house, because I don't even like to
I
be
think you changed when you moved to North Carolina and became a mom, like a deeper mom. Because even when you had David and Kylie, you were still outside, but not as much. But when you moved to North Carolina and you really became a mom, it was like your whole everything changed.
because
Which is good, you know.
I actually enjoy doing things with them. I enjoy my vacations. Don't get me wrong. Now that me and David have them FDK vacations, I love my FDK vacations because I can really let my head down. I can really do what I need to do. But when we have our family vacations, I love our family vacations too. I love being on the beach with them. I love going in the pool with them. Even David has evolved into a different person, because you remember David used to be out in the streets too. You know, when I first told you, I met this guy, we dating, blah, blah, blah. We both used to be on the streets, but he's really evolved too. Like, he actually get down. He will get down there, especially with that daggone Gemma. He'd get down in the beach, and he'd get down there in the sand with him. I'm trying to put everything up, trying to put the little sun tent and the beach tent up. He right behind them kids and shot straight in the daggone ocean to go play with the kids in the sand. He done buried them underneath and in the sand. Like, we have both really, like, and he'll lie though. He'll tell you, fuck them kids all the time. He'll tell you, I ain't think about them kids. But when we go on family vacations and we have all the kids, they don't get on my nerves. Like, they don't bother me. They don't get on my nerves. I don't feel like they asking for too much. They just enjoy just being outside. They enjoy the time. They enjoy the vacations. They enjoy the family time. They don't do too much where it's like, all right, y'all getting on my nerves. Y'all got to go back to the hotel. I got to go sit down. But I still enjoy my own time outside, my adult time. Sometimes I do feel like I'm forcing it on myself, though. I do feel like I'm forcing it on myself because, like I said, I've evolved. Like, I don't really like to go outside, so sometimes I feel like I'm forcing it on myself. But once I'm out, I have a great time. Like, when I came and met you down the safari, of course, like I said, I get into my mood. I'm like, I don't really want to go out. But then once I get out, I had, my drinks and stuff. I'm like, I'm in here. Where we going? Like, I don't want to go home. like, where we going next? What we doing next? What we about to do next? But I don't like going out with them people that don't know their limit, that don't know when it's time to go home. I'm about to be sitting out here until 5 o'clock with you. We ain't finna be sitting out here to 5, 6 o'clock till the sun went down.
I don't, I'm not doing that. Yeah. When I get tired, I'm ready to go. Like, all right, y'all, I'm ready to leave. And even now, sometimes I be like that now. I be like, oh, shit, damn. Okay, what time?
That's when you start getting old. That's when you start getting old.
Unless I'm like lit and I'm out like, if I'm not intoxicated like how I need to be, I'm like, whew.
And you be and yo, but you don't be the one.
That's why I like going by myself. I like driving myself.
You don't want to be
I
the one.
like that.
Right.
I don't want to be responsible to drop anybody off at home because when
That's
Crystal
what I
ready
was
to
getting ready
roll,
to say.
Crystal is rolling. I'm rolling. I'm out of there. Like when I'm ready to go,
That's what
all right, y'all. I fade. You know what? I do the fade. I'll be like, fading in the background. The next thing you know, I'm at that door. Don't let me get close to the door. Because if I get close to the door, it's a wrap. Don't let Crystal go outside because if she go outside, she's not coming back. Yeah, I'm not coming back.
Because then when you go
That's
with a
me.
crowd, though, but it's funny though, when you go with a crowd, you gotta sit because if you that
Oh, I
one,
like when I go with a crowd because nobody
go,
noticed that I left.
everybody.
I like when I go with a crowd. Nobody noticed that I left. I'm like, oh my god, I had to leave, y'all.
But when it's like two or three or even four, y'all, you got and you know you that one that's like, man, I'm tired. You gotta try to figure out in your head like, now how I'm gonna do this? How I'm gonna tell everybody I'm tired.
Time to tell everybody I gotta go. I'll be like Jalen. Jalen has done this. Call my phone and tell me you need me. I've done this on a date. I call a friend like, girl, call my phone and tell me you need me, come get me. Like, yeah, like I'll be so ready to bop, like I'll be ready to get out of there, especially if I'm not saying I'm not having fun, but if I'm not intoxicated, gotta go.
So y'all know what to watch out for. Y'all
Gotta go.
if y'all on a date,
Gotta go.
if y'all on a date and she talking about my son called me, he need me, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it
I'm
is.
out of there, buddy. I'm gone. Don't look for me. I'm not there. I'm not there. No, I'm gone.
For her. If she got that
That's
call
how
and
it
she
is.
said Jalen call her, you was too born for her. Your life was not as interesting as you thought.
Not as interesting as you thought, sir.
This party was not as interesting as you thought. It was not
I
lit.
went to a party last night. I went to like a little house party last night. And I was like, oh, sure, here we go. Time to leave. Like now, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I really want to go home and lay down. Like I'm in that mode. Like I ain't even gonna lie. Lately, I've been in that. I want to go home and lay down mode. People are texting me like, "You coming out?" I want to
See,
go to sleep.
house parties.
I want
See,
to go to sleep.
that's because the thing with house parties, because I've been like that too. I've been in house parties, especially when we lived in North Carolina. David and them used to we in the country, so they used to always find a day going house party somewhere. The thing about house parties, you got to really know what you're doing when you playing this daggone house party. Otherwise, I'm like, it's time for me to.
First of all, I need the music to be steady flowing. I need
Right,
the food to be good. And I need the vibe to be there. I need the
right.
vibe. I'm all about vibes. And
Like
if
when
the vibe is not
had,
there, I ain't not
like when
there.
Jessica had that little vibe party thing, like ain't nobody want to leave. Everybody was like, "What's the next song? What we doing next?" It was just so much going on. You ain't want to miss nothing. It was just so much on. Like people were still playing cards. People were still, playing the little. What was we playing? Charades or something. What was that game we was playing? When you had to guess. It was so.
Taboo.
Yeah, taboo. It was just so many things going at once. She had the little PlayStation for the guys that wanted to play the game. They wouldn't get off the game. Then we had the little karaoke section set up. That's a party. That's a vibe. You got a little bit of everything going on, but just a regular party, all just sitting down and it's just music playing and everybody just looking around each other's face. Don't invite me to that party. You better have something planned for me. You better have a rack of things planned for me, of activities. Otherwise, I can't.
Otherwise, I can't get with it. The
I
vibe
can't
wasn't
sit down. I
there.
can't be that person. I can't be that person that's just sitting around listening to music, drinking. Like I'm bored. What are we doing next? Find a game. Let's flip some cups for drinks. Let's do something. Let's do shots.
Let's do something.
Make this thing interesting. Run around and let's do. I don't give a damn. We could go back to when we was younger. We could do dare, double dare, triple dare. Let's do something. Make it happen.
For me, I love game nights. I love game nights. It's just something that just I love it. I
Especially
love having a game night. Like
when you
it's something about game nights that just really do something to me. And I miss really having like living on Caroline, and when me and Gerard was together, we always had game night. When me and Gerard was together, we always had something going on. Like, come on, y'all, we have a game night tonight. We doing this tonight, or we doing that tonight. And it was just like, oh, okay.
Because you got
I miss those days.
it's steady because you have something steadily happening. It's not just everybody just
Mm-hmm.
like when you first get there, you done got dressed, you done got pumped, you see that they got the drinks, they got the good food, but then after maybe 20 minutes into it, everybody just sitting around like this on their phone. I got to go.
Yeah,
I'm done
I
with your
don't like that. I gotta go.
I'm
I
done
gotta
with
go.
your party. Your party is over.
Yeah, your party is whack.
Don't invite me again unless you got some games.
I can honestly say I don't really. I've never really thrown a whack kickback, a whack party. Like I can honestly say, if I had like something at my house, that shit was lit. Like it was lit. Like I've
You,
always had
I
lit
can't.
parties.
I thought that was just me. Like you can't. I thought that was me, and I felt like I was old. Like I'm like, am I old? Because I always felt like that going to parties where people say they having a party, or let's sit around and let's have a little kickback, and then everybody just sitting around drinking, and we ain't talking about it. Or people having conversations that are not interesting to me. Like I don't know what is y'all even talking
Mm-hmm.
about. Y'all talking about something that happened with Charlene and Tony. Now I don't even know who Charlene and Tony is. So this not interesting to me. Now I'm ready to go. Thank you for the food. Thank you for the drinks. I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you go home.
I'm
It
going
got
home.
after we came. It should have been lit the whole time I was there. I'm going home. Good night. Thank you for the food. I'm out. Good night. Y'all ain't got nothing else for me. You have to consistently have something going on, like where I'm interacting, where I'm constantly interacting. If I'm not
Well, I'm
constantly
constantly.
acting with people and we just standing up against the wall having a conversation, I don't like stuff like that. I can't just be standing up with somebody, yeah, because such and such and such and such. I don't care about that. What are we doing next? So let's play some drunk twister. Pull the twister out. Let's play drunk twister. Let's
Let's
play
do something.
right. Let's play Scrabble. Do something. But I feel like when people get to a certain age, they feel like games are too old. Like they too old to pull out and play games. But it's
I'm into doing new games. Like I want to do a drunk spelling bee, like a drunk adult spelling bee, like with all adults. Like, and then I'm not talking about like adult words, like sexual words. I'm saying like words that most people be like, I don't know how to spell it. Like prescription. Most adults
yeah,
like prescription. Like we gonna be like, how the hell you spell prescription? you know, a lot of words are hard for some adults. Necessary. That has always been a hard word for me to spell.
really?
I cannot spell necessary. I can't spell that shit. I
That's
cannot. I'm just
for
gonna be honest. I said it here. I can't spell necessary.
that's
Don't
what
know how.
that's what Google's for, ma'am. That's what Google is for.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like if we do a game night where as though you can't Google, no, ain't no phones, ain't no none of that. We're gonna already have the words wrote out. Like, why is that most adults are like, I don't know how to spell that shit. Like most words I had to break down that I still do to this day, like significant. I gotta put sign if I can't. Significant. That's how you spell significant. Wednesday, Wednesday. That's how I spell Wednesday. Independent. INDEPENDENT. That's how I spell independent.
I
Banana.
can't
BANANAS. Yeah, those words that I cannot spell without having to sing them are words I will not get.
I think you got a
I will
complex.
change a whole sentence around because
I
I can't
think,
fucking spell one word.
I think you got a complex. I really think you got a complex.
Mm-mm. Discombobulated. Discombobulated.
I think you got a real complex. You might need to look
I'm
at.
telling you.
I think you
This
got
is
a.
I am not the only adult who does these things. I know I am not. I can't spell a word unless I know how to spell it. And in my mind, if I already have broke it down.
I think you got a real.
Important. I'm important. Important.
That is not.
I am important.
That's one thing.
Important.
That's one thing I can always. That's one thing I am good with. I'm good with spelling. I'm good with words. I'm good when it comes to spelling. And people, any job I worked at, they will come to me. How you spell this? Especially medical terminology. I don't know. I just caught
Oh,
on so
baby, you
quick.
got me fucked up.
People ask me, you
Mm-mm.
ask me all the time. My old job. How you spell gonorrhea? How you spell this? How you spell community? I am good with
Gonorrhea. I don't know how to spell it. Gone. Rhea. R
yeah
E
because it's
C H
a
A.
It's RRAEA. It's
R.
R.
Oh, see, that's it up.
But it's a way that
That's
they
it up.
broke it down in my medical terminology course that I took. It's a way that they broke it down. So basically, most medical words, the ending has a meaning. So like Rhea, when you think of Rhea, you think of like running, like something's running. Like you think of diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Yeah,
But
running.
gonorrhea not running.
Gonorrhea it is. There's some discharge running from somewhere. Gonorrhea.
Oh, yeah.
Discharge
Gonorrhea.
is running.
Yeah, diarrhea.
It's running.
Oh.
But like when you think about it's just I don't know, it just really clicked. Like medical terminology really clicked to me. Like I'm really good and on point, but especially when it comes to medical terminology. But just spelling overall has always been something that I could always do.
I feel like I can spell real good, but like I said, I have to sing it in my head. If that's how I learned it, then that's how I'm gonna spell it from now on. You know, like if I learn to spell it that way, like I connect, like I teach, sometimes I would teach what our daughter how to connect the words. Like, okay,
Yeah.
what's a word in there that you already know? Okay, now the first part of that is, this syllable or that syllable. Like, I don't know if that's how I taught Jalen how to spell. I don't know. I don't even know if that nigga know
I'm
how to
glad
spell.
you said
But
I spell independent like INDE.
I can't spell independent like INDEPENDENT. I had to be like INDEPENDENT. Got it, bam. Yeah, that's how I spell it. Even when like I'm writing, I be like, oh shit. When my mind draw a blank, I'd be like, how the fuck do you spell critical? Critical. Oh, critical. It'll take me a little second. Critical. Damn it, how the fuck am I supposed? Like we were doing interviews last week, and we were, when you do interviews, they give you this little score sheet. You have to write what the person said to the question. Some of the
Yeah.
words they were saying, I'm like, how the fuck you spell that word? It was just simple words like, critical, critical thinking, critical. By this time they on another word that I can't get right now. Like, my ADHD ain't set
You
up that
like,
way.
you might like the work. You might love the word for MT because it's funny because they let you misspell words because your calls are on a time frame. So they be if you read the spelling, like when you notate the accounts, they don't. That's one thing they won't say. They don't notate you people misspelling words because some stuff I be having to read 3
Because
times and then
we had to do that with Easy Pass. They
what
didn't care, but you can go back and edit a note, or if if you wanted to. Most of the time they would give it's like on the computer they have this little sticky pad. You can type on a sticky pad what you wanted to say, and then you can paste it, and then go back and change the words
yeah.
that you need to change. So that's easy for me. I could do that. I could
No,
do that. I could do that. I could
they
TP like a
say
mug,
you
like.
can they
But
say you can misspell because when you put notate in an account from one call to the next, it's on a adherence. You have to stay within an adherence. So it's like a certain amount of time between calls. So they like you can misspell however way you want. But sometimes some people I don't think they be misspelling. I think like you said, they just don't know how to spell the word because I got to go back 3
they
times. Like,
just don't know how to spell.
is this saying? What does this say? I don't know. I can't even break it down to what it's supposed to
You
say.
can't even break it down. Like even I hate when I'm texting somebody and I misspell a word when I'm texting. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want that person to think I'm dumb. Like I don't want them to think I'm crazy. But I'll go back and I'll be like, oh, I meant this, that, and the third. Like I meant this. But yeah, for the most part, when I want to have an adult spelling bee, I feel like that would be so fun to do. And of course, you gotta throw your little twist in there with if the losing team has to drink whatever. But I think it'll be really fun to do though. I think it'll be a really fun game.
So what you get if you win?
Bragging rights. Who doesn't like bragging rights?
No, you gotta give me a prize.
I was thinking about that, but most people like bragging rights.
I know, especially
I
adults.
am a bragger. Like we can spell better than you. My team can spell. Even as adults love to brag. We love to brag. We
That's what
love our bragging rights.
know. Now, when you have like little like bridal parties and stuff like that, that's when you gotta give away like prizes and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'm
But
not getting married though.
it's just the point of interacting. It's just the point of interacting and just having fun and just being able to be confident enough to
Just
be.
being able, just to be able to be like, you know what, I can spell that word. it's kind of like a Family Feud type of situation. That's
Yeah,
how I would do it, like a Family Feud. You know,
that's a
like
good one.
spell so and so, and then they click the button and they spell it. You know,
That's good. That's a good game night. Family Feud. I love Family
Family
Feud.
Feud. Yeah,
Good.
I love Family Feud. I love Family Feud. I have
That
all types of board games because we always had game night. Like I've always hosted some type of game night at my house. So especially when I lived on Caroline Street. Oh my God. And then when we lived on what was on McCullough Street, we always was hosting game night. We did Pictionary. My family, we do things like that. We do games like that. We do charades and we
that's
do Pictionary. We do all kinds of things like that.
with the only thing I don't like I like my kids, like we had them boys and stuff, they like games too, because you know how my mother is. My mother, when they go to my mother's house, they like the real TV show grandparents. They want to sit there and play all the games. They sit there in the floor and pull out all the board games for the kids, connect full
Right.
there, and they get down there and do the twisting. They play chess and stuff like that and checkers with the kids. So of course now that when they come back to us, they want to start playing the games too. They of course, so now I have to go and buy all the games so we can play it when we have, family night. Our family night, we usually just make it simple. We usually make our family night just everybody curl up. We make a sleepover in the living room and we watch scary movies. We get the snacks and stuff out like we had an actual
Oh,
movie.
that's cute.
But now they got into where they want to do the games. My pet peeve is I cannot tell you when you got kids, and everybody probably can't agree. When you got kids, I don't know how many times I had to replace these Monopoly damn pieces. Where
Yeah,
the hell
girl,
did
that's
the
it.
Monopoly pieces go?
Where did they go? I mean, I guess because I don't have a lot of children that I wouldn't. I don't know. Like
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
how many times I
And
had.
Jalen was never the type of kid to be like, yeah, let's throw these Monopoly pieces everywhere. Like he was just never that kid. He was never that kid to be like, oh, my friends are coming over and we're playing Connect Four. No, no. He was that my friends are coming over and we're playing my video game and we're gonna be in my room and I'm gonna be in my
They
life and you can
do
just have
that.
your own.
They friends come over. When they friends come over, they play video games. They do the video games. Well, now they use their phones because the video games now you can download on their phone. So everybody sit in the row and they across their phones playing with each other on the same game. But when we doing like family time, when we usually do our like Sunday family time, they want to pull out the board games and stuff. And of course, the kids get mad. You took my money and you mixed my money up with yours and all that.
That's I've never I don't know with Jalen being an only child, it is so weird. Like some things that most kids did, I be like he never really did that. Like he never really like I can really say like all his friends did was come over, eat up every fucking thing, and play video games. That's all
Not
they
they
would do.
eat up everything. And that's how
Eat
I
up
want.
everything and play video
That's
games.
crazy because that's what I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to because my kids are teenagers. The two boys are teenagers. So I'm actually looking forward to David and Kylie having, their
This
friends.
was way before he was a teenager.
But
When
they
he was
don't
like 8 and
though.
9.
They are
When he was 8 and
homebodies.
9, they
They
was doing this shit, coming over, eating up everything, and just playing video games
I
all day.
don't think I'm ever gonna have that experience of them having their friends over and playing video games. Even I'm
Really?
even in high school, because of the way that they made the games down. They made the game so you can play with your friends on the
Online.
phone. So they don't even have to
Yeah,
come over the
yeah,
house.
online.
They just text like
You
Kayla.
was outside. Now he definitely was. He was outside
Like
a lot too.
Michaela, she in Florida right now with my mother, but they will text each other like get on Roblox or get on Call of Duty, and they on their phone or on their tablet and they play with each other. So it's not even a need anymore for them to even interact and be in the same house.
Mm-hmm. To
Ever
be
be.
in the same anything. Yeah, that is true. It has
That's why I said
changed the whole
I don't I'll
the
ever.
whole gaming atmosphere has changed. But even still, like now, I think he'll go over like his friend's house and they'll play video games at their
I
house.
don't think I will ever have that experience. My kids got so used.
Oh,
I don't think I'll ever have that experience until they get. I think probably until both of them end up being in high school is when they might possibly. But for the most part, them boys do not like going outside. Like we have to force them to go outside. When we went down to
wow.
We went down to Virginia to Eastern Shore a couple years ago, and we went and took them and tried to show them like this way your mother being. And we took my nephew Jay, and we was like, this way your mother, this way your father. You know, Randy, all of us grew up at. Every summer we would come down here. Girl, them kids complained the whole time. We gotta sit outside. It's hot out here. It's nothing to do. I said, go play
I can
basketball.
honestly
Go
say
run.
Jalen was never that type of kid to be like that. He
They,
like, I'm going outside.
they
I'm
bored.
outside, ma.
They
I'm going
are
outside. Where you
afraid.
at? I'm going outside. Ma, can I go outside? Go ahead. And
They,
it really got to the point where he wouldn't even ask. He just go outside. I'm going
I
outside.
have to force them. I have to force them to go outside.
Wow.
Bored. They just, what is there
It's
to do?
like the more the generations, the more the kids are growing up, the more they are becoming distant. I like to see kids outside. I like to see kids outside having fun, playing football, playing basketball, riding bikes. Like that is the
But what's crazy?
epitome of a childhood.
But what's crazy is that I live in this complex. So what's crazy is you see all them kids. You know, every time you come over here, you see all them daggone kids running around. What's crazy is they are the it kids. They are the kids that as soon as everybody get up in the morning, everybody knocking on the door. They are those kids. Everybody around the neighborhood is knocking on the door. They coming outside. They look at me and try to use me as an excuse. I don't know. I got to ask my mother. You know you ain't got to ask me. Get your ass outside.
Get outside.
I don't know. I got to ask my
Wow.
They use me as an excuse. I don't know.
I love to see children outside being kids. I love it. I love to see kids being kids. I love to see kids out doing shit, playing football in the street. Hey, a car coming. You know, like playing basketball, all that.
But it's crazy though, because when we go visit my mother in Florida, they will jump on a bike in a heartbeat. They will want to walk to the park. They will want to be outside all day long when we go to my mother's house. When they home, you gotta force them, unless you really got something going on. Like you can tell, like they might start up a Nerf war outside with their friends or something like that. For the most part, they will sit in the house and they get on these phones and they will text their friends from school because you know they out for the summer, so they don't see their friends at school no more. So they'll text them. And you on a game yet? Get on this game. I'm on Roblox, so I'm on Call of Duty. Jump on this game. There ain't no communication, no interaction, no person-to-person interaction at all. And you know, another thing I think it came from, I think it really came from COVID when they couldn't be around each other. So then they got used to it. So now it's because they've been confined and stuck in this COVID, in this pandemic for so long, they don't, it's like their body is just naturally used to it. Like, look at how many things we were able to do without actually being outside and interacting with our friends. So that, I think, kind of hurt to become their new norm, like their new normal, because now they know
that's
how that they thought they had to go outside in order to do, they can actually do in the house. So now it's like, why? Why do we have to go out?
Right.
I don't want to go. What is there to do outside? It's hot outside. It's raining outside. It's this outside. It's bugs outside. Maybe it's just my kids. Maybe my kids just bougie. Because I'm thinking about, I'm replaying all their comments. It's bugs. Spiders outside. The sun is in my eye. Like, what is going on?
Well, where's the sun supposed to be?
I never did that. When I was young, I got up, cleaned my daggone room. I went and washed, put my clothes on, and you could not find me. They had to
That's
come.
how we used to be as kids. We used to be like that. We would get up, eat our breakfast, clean our rooms, do what we got to do, put our clothes on. We out the door. We outside. But this is growing up in Mississippi. We were in the sea. We was in like back roads. We was in the woods. Like we were finding things to do. Like we were finding things to do.
You couldn't find us. You could not find us.
We was walking down the road, going to pick berries, going to pick plums. We were going to do these things. And those, I can remember like it was yesterday. It felt so good to do. Like, oh, I miss my childhood. I don't miss the trauma involved, but when it came to like spending time with my cousins and hanging out with my sisters, that was awesome.
You could not find us. I had you to the point where my grandmother or my mother and them had to tell us, make sure you back here for lunch. Make sure you back here for lunch.
Oh, that's the only time we came back in the house. But see, we didn't have lunch. We had lunch meat. You know, we had lunch meat, and at the time, you know, my uncle and my aunt would be working, So we would have the house to ourselves. So we might be like, all right, y'all, let's go back to the house. I'm hungry. We would go back and get something to eat, sit in the house for a little while, maybe watch a little TV. Then we back outside. We back outside. We
Right.
came back home in time enough to be ready for dinner, and then we on doing it the next day.
Them
It was just a never ending cycle in the summer.
them
And I
kids
loved
might
it.
go outside for them kids might go outside for a good hour and then they right back in the house. They do not stay outside too.
Mm-hmm.
If an hour, they might only go out for 30 minutes, depending on how hot it is. They go outside for 30 minutes and they right back in the house. And I'm like, what? Y'all just went outside. Go back outside. It's nothing to do. Find something. You're supposed to make something to do. And don't get me wrong. They have everything you need to be an outside child. They have the footballs. They have the basketballs. I even bought them baseball with the baseball bat. They have things that they can utilize to go outside. They just do not like to be outside. And I don't understand why kids these days don't like to be outside. Or if they are outside, the older kids, they outside on their phone. They sitting in the chair like this the whole time. What was the point of you going outside if you going to sit
What was
there
the point of you going outside?
on your phone? That's not what outside means. That's not what going outside means. Going outside means going outside and run up and down the street until you stink and smell like outside sweat. That's what's going outside. You come back in the house, you got sweat dripping all down your face and stuff because you've been running around. That's outside, not sitting outside and you steady texting on your phone looking at TikTok. You might as well sit in the house for that.
You might as well should have just sat in the house. Yeah.
It is different. And it's crazy because I want to be that mother. I want to be that mother where where all the kids come over to the house. I have the snacks. They have a movie room, stuff like that. Like we got a projector. So I want to be that mother where, the kids come over, all their friends come over and they get the movie projector out. They got the popcorn, stuff like that. They can play the video games. They ain't going to do that to me. And I'm that mother. I want to be that mother so bad. I want to have the pop, the soda, the little small little refrigerator where they can go in there and grab their little sodas and stuff and they run. Hey, Miss Kia. Hey, Miss Kia. I want to be that mother. They ain't going to let me do it. I don't even know half their friends is because they be on their phone. I don't even know half their friends outside of school because they texted them on the phone. You on a game yet? Who you talking to? My friend from school. Your friend from school live down the street, don't he? Yeah, we playing the game. Get out of here. And then it's like, I'm like, okay, I can find some excitement in Jimmy and Cameron because Jimmy and Cameron still young. So maybe I can find some. No.
It's only going to get worse as the generations get older.
They didn't turn Jimmy and Cameron into game. Girl, they showed Jimmy how to play the game. Now Jimmy be on her father's phone, sitting there with them, playing the game. Cameron only like to watch TikTok and YouTube. He don't even like to come outside. He want to watch TikTok. Mm-hmm. And he be in and out the refrigerator. But that's him. He in and out the refrigerator all day.
No,
watching TikTok.
Go the fuck outside. Go outside.
Gemma don't want to go outside. She want to sit there on her phone and she want to be in the game with them. And she talk trash in the game. She in the game like, don't you get your dumb. Don't go to dummy. Fool, dumb. Don't go all the way up there. Don't do that. I'm like, who are you talking to? She talking to the game. She is in. They have her invested in the game. They didn't gave her a gamer name Princess Gamer 3 is her game name. And she only 5. Like, I'm not gonna get that opportunity, so I guess I'm just gonna have to resort to kickbacks for me and David for all the our friends.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm gonna get company over my house. I'm gonna have to do kickbacks. And then maybe they might come out and play. I don't know. Them kids they not gonna give me no exciting. Then I try to teach David. I try to teach him a little bit how to, drive a little bit because he get ready to go to high school next year. So I put him in the parking lot and say, come on, drive around the parking lot. That is the scariest boy I ever had in my life. The scariest boy. I gotta get in the car. I gotta drive. Is you serious? I had to make him get. What boy as soon as your mama say, go ahead and get a driver's seat and drive, don't say, all right, ma. Right. Or be on your heels. As soon as they get to their teenage, be on your heels like, ma, you should let me drive. You should let me drive. No. I told him I pull in the pulling the like my mother and them did me, how they first taught me how to drive. We pull in the little park, like a big park with the parking lot. Get the little cones out. Come on, drive around the parking lot, do your little circles. He's sitting there, he's like, I gotta do it for real. I gotta do, mind you, sir. I don't know how. Like, he is scary. He is
Wow.
scary. I said, won't you? And it was like on a Sunday, so it wasn't that much traffic. And you know where the Eastern Park, the little park, the big park down the street from our house, that's
Yeah.
a straight shot. So I'm like, it ain't that many cars on the road. Won't you try and drive? I'm giving him leeway. Won't you try and drive down with? No, I don't want to do that. It's only down the street. All you doing is making one right turn, and you doing a straight shot, and then you making another right turn. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
So I let him drive in the parking lot. He was already ready to jump out the car. So I pulled out the parking lot
What
after
he
I
was
let him
scared
drive.
of?
Huh?
What he scared of?
I don't know. I have no freaking clue. Like, we did the same thing when we go to North Carolina, because you know North Carolina, they got more room. They ain't got nothing but back roads and stuff like that. He like, I don't want to drive. What I gotta learn how to drive for?
Oh wow.
He got it in his head, and then everybody's telling him, you know how my mother is, so they all telling him like, yeah, when you get old enough, when you get ready to get your permit and stuff, we gonna get you a car. He don't want a car. He want a golf cart. I said, David, you gonna drive the golf cart to school? Yeah, I want a golf cart. I'm gonna put some rims on it. I'm gonna put a radio in the golf cart. He wants a golf cart. Not a car. He wants a golf cart. That's what he wants to drive. David said, well, what about Big David says, well, what about if we get you a slingshot? You can ride a slingshot back and forth to school because it's a means of a car. Like, it's not really a car, but it's a car. You know what I'm saying? So they give him the experience. We in the country. You can drive a slingshot to school. Now I want a golf cart.
Oh wow.
He want a
Oh
golf cart.
wow. He wants a golf cart.
My child is weird. He don't even want a car. Just give me a
Super
golf.
weird.
He is very weird. I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
can't. Let's trade. You give me Jalen, and I'm gonna start over. Tell Jalen he got to start back from 15. And you,
Baby, I'm good. Baby, I'm
I
good.
don't think I'm going to have the experience of what the teenage experience. My children are weird. I don't think they're gonna give me that teenage experience. That being the cool mom, letting them hang out and having the snacks and stuff. They not gonna let me be the cool mom.
Oh
They
wow.
me and trying to lie, talking about my mother said I can't come outside. I ain't say shit. You ain't even come and ask me. That
You ain't
goddamn.
even come. You ain't even say nothing. But I mean, it's a learning experience. When as the kids grow up and as the times get deeper and we get more into depth of things, it's gonna be ever changing. It's gonna be a generation of kids that don't even know what outside looks like. It's gonna
True.
be a generation of kids that never even wanted to play, football in the street or ride a bike or wanted to do something remotely as close to these things. So hopefully it doesn't get too far off of whack. But with the way technology is going and the way that things are speeding up, it's gonna be so hard to get these kids to go outside to do
To go
damn
out
near any fucking thing. To
and
even go outside to get in the car because it's like we have to go outside to get in the car. Why? You know,
why you can't
it's
pull a
just like times are changing and things are speeding up and
why
with
you can't pull a car
kids
right.
being right. Why can't you pull? Why? Wait a minute. Not even that. We have to go just through the garage door. We just go outside in the garage and get in the car. We don't have to go outside.
Right.
Outside. And even now, you don't even have to go into the grocery store. You can just pull up. You don't need the kids don't even have to get out. Pull them
And
up right to the grocery store, put the groceries in the truck, and go about your business, honey.
they
Like
right.
it's so crazy.
They trying to have us raise some lazy kids. That's what's trying.
This generation of kids is definitely going to be lazy.
And that's exactly why now most of the teenagers that you meet now act so
Mm-hmm.
privileged. They act
Yeah, that is
entitled.
true.
They act so entitled because they really don't have to do too much. They don't have everything pretty much is accessible at their hands. Like most parents now, they teach them how to use DoorDash. You can use
Yeah,
Instacart. Like you say, you ain't even got to go grocery store. They can use Instacart. They
Instacart.
go out of
Mm-hmm.
they parents go out of town for the weekend or something like that, they don't have to go to the grocery store like on Home Alone and stuff like that and go get, they call Instacart. Bring everything right to the house. They ain't gotta go out the house the whole weekend. Ain't gotta go nowhere. Give me a
Ain't
child.
gotta go nowhere.
Give me a child that's gonna have a party while I'm out of town. Give me that child that's gonna have a party out of town. Give me that child. No, my kids is homebodies. They don't want nobody in their house. They don't want to go out of their house.
They don't want to go nowhere. These kids are lazy.
No.
Kids are lazy nowadays. Kids don't want to do shit.
Your friends call them. Yeah, we having a party. You coming out? I might.
I don't know. I gotta see. Nobody. And then gone are the days where kids snuck out the house. Those days are gone. Snuck out the house and sneak back in. Those days are gone. Like, nobody's sneaking out the house anymore. Nobody's creeping out and trying to creep back in. Nobody's leaving the window open. I gotta creep out. Nobody's doing that anymore. Nobody's doing that anymore. Man, those days were awesome. I don't know if I can come out. I gotta sneak out. I gotta creep out the house and see if I can come out. I don't know. No. Those days are gone.
They use you as an excuse. My mother said I can't go. I ain't saying nothing. You ain't even come tell me nothing. Shut up.
I don't even think nobody's mama saying that nowadays. No, you can't go outside. If anything, just give me that cell phone, give me that video game. But shit, ain't no, you can't come outside. Right. I can't come outside. Like that was the fun. Like that, gone are those days. Gone are those days where we had to creep out the house and sneak back in. Leaving back doors open, leaving windows open, climbing out the window. So,
you gotta push the kids outside and lock all the doors.
Right. Now you gotta push them out.
And lock all the doors and take their key. Lock all.
Yeah. Those days are so far gone that we don't even know. Like, it's gone. Like, those days are gone. We're about to close out.
Yes.
See you guys at the Caribbean Festival. KD say she coming, but we'll see.
I did my hair this morning. I'm about to be out there. I'm about to be. I did my.
We'll see.
I'll
be down there around about 3:00.
I'm gonna put some lashes on.
Girl, bye. If you remember to like, share, subscribe. If you want to become a sponsor, please hit the DM. Please email us at PodcastIAmShe@gmail.com. See you guys. No, wrong crowd. Yeah, wrong crowd for them lashes. Wrong crowd. I did not wear mine. But see you guys next week. And next Sunday is my birthday.